Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.
Hello, my name is Sandro Graca and I'm a licensed acupuncturist. Thank you everyone for the feedback on Dr. Gil Barzilay's interview. You've seen part of that full interview. I'll leave the link up here for that first bit of the interview, but there is more. Oh yeah, there is way more. Please leave us any more questions or comments or feedback about the interview, and we'll be happy to pass it on to Dr. Gil Barzilay, or if you want to get in touch with him directly, the website, the best way to contact him, I'll leave the link down here, and check out his vlog as well. And yeah, let's get on to it again, and just let's have a look at part 2 of the interview. So now I skipped one question because I wanted to leave the big one for last, and you mentioned the P word. So you mentioned the word placebo just a few minutes ago, and I I think this is a question that I keep for everyone that has been on this vlog before, and I want to get your opinion. Just kind of pretend that there's no one watching this, but someone comes into your clinic, or someone writes on your Facebook page, or even on this video, you know, oh, I've heard about acupuncture and Chinese medicine, but I know it's all placebo, and you know, I don't care about that. What do you have to say to someone like that?
So if it's going to be a patient, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to be nasty. If it was a colleague, I would say rubbish. And the only reason I would say that is that perhaps that was right 30, 40 years ago, when either there was no research or the research was done only in China and in Chinese, without any of the standard that we used to. There are some issues with the way, not issues, challenges with the way Chinese medicine research is being conducted and should be conducted. What we know from the Western world is, the standards that pharmaceuticals have set are relevant in some way to Chinese medicine research, but not in all of it. And we're not going to go on for an hour now to explain why, but there are some challenges. Many of them have been overcome. And as a result of it, in the last decade, you see some outstanding research that has been done that has got the blessings of many, many authorities, and especially with the Western medicine now and authorities really finding great difficulty with treating some of the conditions. For example, even getting the blessings of the FDA about a month ago, where they've actually asked doctors who specialize in pain medicine to read and understand Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and recommend to the patients to seek also alternative non-pharmacological interventions because of the opioid crisis, because some of the drugs have been proven to increase the chances of having a chronic heart disease or whatever. And so it is the Western medicine now that are seeking, I don't want to say alternative, because then you come to alternative medicine, which I can't stand that title. But the fact of the matter is that with the advances in research, that placebo issue is fading away. And if you read articles from the 80s and 90s, then you're right. But if you moved on to the 2000, this decade, certainly there's a lot of evidence, and we are getting the blessing from Western medicine on pain, on lower back pain, on neck and shoulder pain, on migraines, on you name it, several ones. And the article for people to read is the Evidence in Acupuncture project that was published in January, led by John McDonald. Yeah. People should have it on their shelf in every single clinic. You can see there the robust evidence without any questions on 8 therapeutic areas and or conditions, and in other 38 there's leaning towards robust evidence on the benefits of acupuncture. And yeah, there still are quite a few therapeutic areas, syndromes, symptoms, diseases, you name it, that the evidence that we have on acupuncture is not so good, can be confusing sometimes, can be too close to placebo, and then you have to go into the explanations. But generally speaking, we're so far ahead now with research that I think that discussion on, it doesn't work much more than placebo, you have to be a completely out of date medical doctor to talk like that.
It's actually
in
it's
my
actually funny you mentioned that, because that's probably the one thing that I would say the most in circumstances like those. Even if it's a patient coming in and say, well, I did, because I always try to engage their GP or their MD, or whatever physician they're going to. I always say to them, look, just make sure you tell your physician that you're coming here as well, not because of me, but if there's something that they want to do, or if there's something that they want to ask, or if there's something that we can do together, they know that you're coming here as well. I think that engagement will be a lot easier and a lot better for the patient than just, having our backs turned on each other. But that would be the one thing that I would say to everyone would be, if someone mentions, oh no, my physician said that, acupuncture, no. I would say, well, that's really outdated, because, there's tons of evidence out there. Like the last few decades have been amazing in terms of publications and in terms of research out. So it's just amazing. So that would be that's good that I hear that from you, because that would be the way that I would put it as well. So putting you on the spot, someone rings or someone emails or someone is here now and asks you, so Dr. Gil Barzilay, how does acupuncture work?
How does acupuncture work? Ooh.
Watch for the part 2 and part 3 of this vlog.
Yeah, probably. It's going to be a long one. Yeah, I have to go to explain about meridians and what is known about it now. There's a lot of studies that have shown already what acupuncture does in our brain. It depends on what exactly you're trying. I mean, there's evidence now for many of the actions that acupuncture does. It's a long one.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do it.
I just wanted to put you on the spot. That's all.
Good,
I think it's a very good way of putting it, and it's very individual, because having someone, I would actually, if someone was to ask me that, I would always ask, well, why exactly are you asking that? Because normally, if someone's going to ask you that, it's because they have something that I'm asking for a friend. So
well, that's why I'm saying that it really depends on who is asking and why. Because if it's a patient saying, so what do those needles do?
Yeah.
Then that's a different type of question, and I have to phrase the answer in a completely different way. If it's a medical doctor in a hospital asking, so what do you do with this whatever? Then I'll go and name, depending on which department I am. I'll go and name a few hormones or ATP or whatever, things that the professionals may be more accustomed to hearing about. So it really depends on who I'm presenting to. But there's plenty to answer. You just need to focus, and I guess I'm not.
There you go. I just gave you material for vlog number 2, 3, 4. And we could be a long time. Listen, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else that you want to add, message that you want to pass on to anyone watching this? Anything that we forgot? I'm looking at my notes and
read about research, look for it, read about it. If you don't know how to read about it, then post on Facebook. There's enough people who will be able to, and try to understand that there's plenty that hearing from doctors that it doesn't work, or what does it do, or all those type of questions that should be sending you with your head down to read are nonsense. Not in today's world. We should be loud and proud in trying to make Chinese medicine really in parallel or hand in hand with Western medicine.
Yeah, I think so. I think that we could do so much more together, rather than just the trying to fight about what was it that I said once to someone, my medicine is better than your medicine. I think that we should be way ahead of that, and just focus back on the patient rather than on each what we do is better than what someone else does. So I totally agree with that. Listen,
exactly, and I'm sure that you see as someone who's treating fertility that when you work together, probably just like in oncology, when Western and Chinese work together, probably you achieve the best possible results.
Yeah, actually, just a very quick comment on that. There was someone, again, from reading all this and seeing it online, I did see this comment before that it's very rare that I would see someone in the clinic, because of fertility, especially if it's the female, that I would see someone without, at some point within those first few appointments, without having their full blood works in front of me. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to treat that piece of paper. I'm not going to treat the blood results. I'm still going to treat the person in front of me. So it's still going to be individualized. It's still going to be about the person. Although I kind of need, and it's a good thing to have that full picture of what's going on with that person rather than just ignoring it, because that's not the medicine that I do. So I'm very, very aware that the individualization is good, but we should all be working together independent of whatever field you're working in. It could be pain. If it's pain, would you like to be working on someone whose back pain is really, really bad and you don't even know if, have they done an x-ray, have they done an MRI? Would you really be wanting to work on someone like that? He would want to know what's going on inside.
I agree.
So,
except that I don't want to see monthly X-rays. That's the extreme of patients who just go and do test upon test upon test upon test.
Yeah.
That's the other extreme. But yeah,
unless you own the test lab, and in that case, that's a totally different business here now.
Yeah, I don't have that approach, but never mind.
Hang on a minute. But hang on a minute now. Where did you say that you started working first?
In a lab. But we're treating cells. At best, we were looking at rats. That's as far as I got. So, yeah.
Listen, I started a lot of people know this anyway, but it's not a big secret, but I started my career. So my first qualification was as an electronics engineer, which is so much easier because, it either works or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
There is no, maybe.
There's no feedback mechanism.
Yeah. Listen, is it TODA is what I should be saying to you, yeah? TODA.
You're doing all right.
Thank you so much for taking the time, and we really, really appreciate it. And looking forward to seeing more of your vlogs as well. And looking forward to seeing you in Israel.
Thanks a lot. Same.
Thank
Online
you.
and in Israel.
Oh yeah, anywhere, yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Really, really appreciate it. If anyone has any questions or any comments, I left the link down here a few times. You can go on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Dr. Gil TCM. They can check the YouTube vlog as well. I left a few links down, and send us any questions. I'll make sure that Dr. Gil Barzilay gets them as well. And thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a lot, Sandro. See you next time.
And there you have it. I can only say that personally, I had an amazing time recording this, preparing for the interview. Dr. Gil, thank you so much for the amount of time you gave us. And it's a tremendous pleasure for me because, as I said, I learned loads from it. I hope that other practitioners learned as well. If you want to get in touch, probably the quickest way to do it, you can check his Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Dr. Gil TCM. You can send us any questions you might have because we will be happy to forward them over to Dr. Gil Barzilay. And if you're around whenever he's lecturing in your neck of the woods, just go. Definitely go, because he is phenomenal. And it's great to have a strong and knowledgeable voice in the field of acupuncture and Chinese medicine research, because we need it. We need people like that. And to me, he's always been a great inspiration, and I'm really lucky and privileged to have him as a good friend. So check out his vlog, send them any ideas or suggestions for future vlogs as well, and do the same thing for us. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because whenever these unexpected interviews come live, you'll be the first one to know. So until next time, be kind and be healthy.
Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.